Welcome to Clinical Experiences 4, even though I know that you guys have been into your clinical hours already. This class, though, officially starts today. So I wanted to quick review how this is set up on Moodle, and hopefully this will help with questions that might come up later in the class too. You have at the top of the Moodle page a course preparation checklist, and it includes reviewing the syllabus and the course calendar. So if I pull up the syllabus here, it's pretty general, not much outside of the ordinary. You don't have as many grading evaluation criteria as clinical experience is 5, but that's because that has more hours associated with it too, or more credits. But for this class, you do have 110 clinical experience hours, or if you're assigned to a team sport, you're to do most, if not all, of the season with that team. 3 case studies, 2 written assignments, a clinical assignment form, I'll go over that pretty quick here, and then the evaluation forms. Grading is a percentage of the total points, and that's typically how I do the grading assessments. A little brief statement on each of the evaluation criteria, and then I also posted a course calendar. I think this will help so that you know when the assignments are due. Again, this isn't, you don't have as many evaluation criteria for this class as the other clinical experience senior class, but your first assignment is the clinical assignment, which is due tomorrow. I believe that everybody has this in though, but the clinical assignment that I'm referring to is this one here, and it requires that you take pictures and send them in to me, but I think probably most everybody has that in for this class, if not everybody. And then the next thing on the calendar that's due is a case study that's due on Friday at midnight. So if you go into Moodle and you scroll down here for the case study, click on that, and then that document has the explanation of what this case study is. It's worth 25 points. The area here is the competency out of the BOC competency guides that we have to provide, but the bolded part is what we're going to focus on in the particular case study. So what you'll be doing is submitting a comprehensive clinical evaluation of a patient or athlete, and it can be of an upper extremity, head, neck, thorax, or spine injury, any of those. You'll submit in writing to me a history, physical exam notes, list of the special tests that you did, as well as a statement. Oh, not quite yet, just the special tests that you did and the results of those, and then your injury impression, so what you think is going on. You should also have a statement on the paper that includes a list of differential diagnoses. So these are the possible diagnoses that could be going on. But then you need to state why you did decide on the injury impression, which you stated up above in D, that you chose. So for example, maybe you, well, you won't evaluate a knee, but I'm going to use that as an example. Let's say you evaluated a knee injury, and your differential diagnoses, you have a list of possibilities that you included were, let's say, medial meniscus tear and an MCL and a meniscal, in that order. And you would explain that maybe you put the ACL at the bottom because there wasn't a clearly positive anterior drawer or allotments. Or you put MCL at the top because the valgus stress test was positive. So that's what I'm looking for there. And then B would be the activity limitations for the athlete. So if the athlete was to only participate at 50%, which included no cutting drills, or just get real specific on what you're going to allow them to do or not to do and why. So that's the case study write-up you'll submit. And then for every assignment that you'll have a grading rubric, so you can see exactly what I'm looking for when I grade the case study. So if your history is complete, you get 4 points, and then it kind of just goes with decreasing points on that. I'll be looking to see if the correct tests were chosen and accurately performed and interpreted. So it's going to be, a little bit different just because I can't see you actually doing the special tests on this particular case study. But there'll be some in the future here that you'll have to videotape, and I can watch them from there. So hopefully that will help you in understanding what I'm looking for. I'll probably post another video here towards the end of the week if there's a lot of questions coming in. Otherwise, I'll just keep adding assignments under the week that they're due. So that's how I'm going to approach this on Moodle. So you kind of have to look forward or ahead. That's why I thought the course calendar would be really helpful. So make sure you have that in front of you. But if you have questions, you can post them on the news forum or email them to me as soon as possible. And we'll talk to you later.